So we're going to take a look at the evaluation of submissions of assignments to the Schoology Dropbox. So I'm going to choose this assignment here. This assignment did have a rubric associated with it. And over here on the right, you see the submissions that were made to the Schoology Dropbox. So I can simply click on a student, and it should bring up their work. Now, along the bottom, if they did their submission in a PDF or a Word file, I have some options available to me along the bottom here. So this one I can do a drawing right on their document, and I'm going to save these changes, and so they would be able to take a look at the changes that I've made here, and I can add a comment on here as well. Good use of ions, and save that for the student to take a look at. If this were a Word document, I would also have the option of highlighting parts of the text and striking through the text. Regardless of the form of the submission, I would also be able to make comments here. So I can comment back to them and say, very thorough, and post that for them. Alternatively, I could post a file along with this. So if I were to have downloaded their submission and worked with it on another program, I could then upload the file back to my comment that I made. I can also do an audio or video recording. So this might be useful if you wanted the student to hear your voice and what you were saying to them about their submission. And again, you could even have your video. This would be particularly useful with the iPads and the cameras that are built in there. So I'm going to go ahead and post that there, and up in the upper right hand corner here I have the grade box here, so I can click on that, and you see the rubric that I've created for the work. So I can go ahead and click on the rating that's appropriate for the submission and then save that. I also have the option of adding a comment about the grade, and then choosing whether or not I want this comment to be shown to the student or not. This might be something that's just for my own benefit, and then click submit to make sure that this gets recorded. I can page through each of the students using the arrows here, or I can click on a name within here, and let me see if I can find one that has multiple revisions. So here's a student who did multiple revisions. And so I can look at the first revision, the first submission that they made, which is really just for this student, just 2 different pages, and take a look at each of those. Again, there's going to be some training involved in getting students to scan things inappropriately. Some students, for instance, here did this sideways, and again, this is a JPEG, so you don't see any of the commenting features along the bottom, although you do see the availability of making comments along the right, and then still posting those to the students. And again, the same thing with the grading rubric, you can use that. You will need to keep in mind that the evaluation of submissions is going to function quite a little bit differently on the iPad. You aren't going to have the ability to write directly on the documents that they've submitted. However, you can upload the submissions to something like Notability and create your comments on that, and then upload them back up for the students to view. So it's going to function a little bit differently on the iPad, and so we'll do a separate video on that aspect of grading the work.